You're the manager of a team. You have highly skilled, dedicated workers who work hard every day, yet you're finding things are left unchecked, and your company is spending a lot of money in follow-up work. What's going on? My name is Josh Moree. This is PMP Flow, and this episode, 7 goals in creating an effective process. One of the first questions you should always ask if a project goes sideways, or if you find yourself spending additional time and money on resources, is simple. Was the process followed? If the answer is no, or there is no clear process, that very well may be your issue. Just doing things the way you've always done them doesn't work anymore. As technology becomes more complex, as regulations like GDPR come into play, as your business changes, so must your process and how you get from point A to point B. Additionally, you can have the most skilled managers or engineers on your team, but even the most skilled can skip steps and make false assumptions if the path isn't clear. While there is no one-size-fits-all method for all organizations, you can work towards the same goals. Number 1, create standards and clear expectations. Ambiguity is expensive. If there is no clear path from A to Z, how do you know you're doing it right? And how can you repeat success? Some years ago, I was consulting a team of managers on process development. One of the managers said, "We don't need this, we just need them to do a good job." And while I certainly agree that we should have high expectations of our staff to do a good job, can you define what that good job is? If you were to write down your 5 expectations of a good job, and everyone on your team was to write down 5 expectations of a good job, would they match? Most likely not. So how can we expect our team to do a good job if we haven't helped them define that? Number 2, we have to create accountability to adhere to those standards and clear expectations. Measures must be put in place that ensure that all members of the team, including the project managers, are adhering to the process, and that the cost of quality is given attention. Cost of quality is ensuring that your products are going into service production right the first time. You utilize processes of quality control to ensure that's done properly. More on that in another video. Everyone on a team must be held accountable, not only for the success of the project, but for the betterment of the organization as well. Counters must be put into place to ensure that process is being followed at all times. Number 3, create synergy and workflow between the departments. Keep in mind that a process is not just for one department in the organization. You must have clear handoffs and coordination between the departments. Think of your sales team to your project team, from your project team to your help desk team. Are there clear lines of responsibilities and handoffs between these? If not, define them. Number 4, utilize methods for efficiency and communication. There's a quote from George Bernard Shaw that says, "The biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it's actually taken place." Not only should your steps of the process be defined, but so should your methods of communication. Think about how updates go from, say, your engineers to your managers, or from your managers to your clients. Define what types of meetings that you'll hold through the process and what those agendas should be. And above all else, ensure that leadership is trained in effective communications with the staff, to be leaders, to be listening, using methods like coaching. Number 5, build in methods to repeat successes and learn from failures. Utilize sub-processes like quality assurance and certainly lessons learned. With every project, you have to look at the bright spots, see what you did right, or see what one of your other teams did right, and learn from those and document it. Even failures are opportunities for growth, if you learn from them. With every lessons learned, document it and take it to the next project. Number 6, be firm in expectations, but allow for flexibility. While having a process in place is a definite for any organization, it probably can't account for the infinite number of issues that could come up. If a process works, it's a well-oiled machine. But every now and then, you're going to have to deviate from the plan, and that's okay. As long as you have a change management process in place, you can document, you can learn from it, and of course you can put this into your lessons learned and learn how to carry that forward. You're certainly going to have situations now and again that are outliers. However, if those outliers become more consistent, it's time to look back at your process and see what you have to change. The last goal is probably the most important to the big man in the corner office. Number 7, increase profitability. When the process works, it tightens up the work and eliminates mistakes. Simply put, if you do it consistently right the first time, you will see an increase in profits. However, if you're only sometimes doing it right, you won't see results. I hope that was helpful. Keep in mind that this is a 30,000-foot view of process, and there are many other goals that you may come up with, and I would love to hear them. I'll have other videos soon that go much more in detail on process development, but also on other topics such as training, quality assurance, quality control, PMP processes, and many more. Feel free to leave comments, ask questions, and subscribe to PMP Flow for more videos when we release them. Till then, Keep learning, keep moving forward. Thanks.